Guys, this is a perfect example of a house that we were able to go help the seller and also help the community. You want to help them before it goes to foreclosure. And we do that all the time. We help sellers that are about to go through foreclosure. But on this property in particular, we tried, but we ran out of time. We didn't stop the foreclosure. We tried, but we still were able to put a little bit of money in their pocket, right? Across the country in small town America, places just like this, we're like a quarter mile from downtown. Houses just like this one are being foreclosed on. There are people in tough situations because of COVID, because of they've maybe haven't been able to make their payments, and now the bank is coming calling and people are running out of time. Guys, this is a perfect example of a house that we were able to go help the seller and also help the community. Because my vision at YO Houses and through my company is to help create value and improve communities. And this to me is what the definition of our mission is right here, right? So let me tell you a little bit about the story. And I got a whole host of people here to tell and share the story of this property. Because ideally, when you're doing a foreclosure, you want to help them before it goes to foreclosure. And we do that all the time. We help sellers that are about to go through foreclosure. But on this property in particular, we tried, but we ran out of time. And this happens all the time with sellers where they kind of bury their head in the sand and they're going through something really tough and they don't know how to actually solve it. And they wait till the last second. And on this house in particular, we were trying to work with the seller to be able to catch up their loan, to be able to catch up their arrears. They actually had a Medicaid lien. They had all these liens and we were trying to solve it, but we couldn't solve it in time. And guess what? Unfortunately, it went to the auction. But when it went to the auction, it turned out to be sort of a blessing, because when we went to the auction, we, as the investors, knew the price we were going to pay. We didn't have to go to an auction and bid it up. So we knew, I think this house at auction, it sold for $116,000, but it actually had more debt on it than $116,000. It had a first position loan plus a Medicaid lien. So I think the debt on it was about $140,000, right? So, but when it went to auction, that wiped out all the loans above $116,000. So what we did is we actually went to the seller, because we were working with them. We were trying to help them out. We're like, guess what? It's not too late. We could still help these people. We couldn't, at that point, I couldn't remove the foreclosure from their record, but I could still get them a little bit of money. In Wyoming, they have a 90-day foreclosure or redemption period. So after you're foreclosed on, you have 90 days to go and still pay off that balance plus the interest. All right, so what we did is we went to them and say, hey, we could pay off now we know the balance, now we know all the loans and the liens are taken care of. We're like, what if we offered you $5,000 to sell it to us and redeem the house? And that way we could put a little bit of money in their pocket to help them. And then we could go fix and flip a house. And now it became much more predictable for our flipping company, because again, we knew the price, the liens were settled. And the other cool thing was, and you guys will see my contractors in here, they're actually checking things out. My contractors, we had such good rapport, we got a head start because we were working on the financing, everything in the background, and we had such good rapport with the seller that they started work on this before we actually paid it off. It was during that 90-day window, right? Our guys got started with work to where this house, we were almost 3/4 of the way done when we finally ended up closing on it, giving the sellers $5,000, paying off the loan of $116,000, and then we finally closed, right? And then a week later, it was completely finished, and we were on the market to sell a beautiful house with, look at this character. Like, it is one of my favorite houses that we've ever flipped. I just want to wrap up with this, guys. It's all about creating value and improving communities. I didn't even talk about the value we created for our company and our investors who partnered on this deal, who are going to make a good, solid profit backed by real estate. But I think the reason why I'm excited about this one was how much we improve this community and how a young family or whoever buys this house, all the character it's gonna have. Like, this house is completely revitalized, and we helped somebody out of foreclosure. We didn't stop the foreclosure, we tried, but we still were able to put a little bit of money in their pocket, right? And we're gonna help a family have a nice new home. We're making this community of Evanston nicer, and we always talk about killing multiple birds with one stone. We killed so many birds on this project. Well, if you guys have any questions, please put them down in the comments, and I would love to explain a little bit more on how we put this deal together. Or if you're like, hey, what other communities are you helping in? Or maybe you have a community that you'd like help in, let us know.